Hey everyone, and welcome! So today we're going to talk all about blackberries. You know, those delicious berries that a lot of us are maybe a little scared to plant. Yeah, we've all heard the stories about them taking over the whole yard, but what if I told you there's a way to get an amazing harvest without any of that drama? Well, there is. Let's dive in. I mean, that's the big worry, right? You put one little plant in the ground, turn around, and suddenly you've got blackberry shoots coming up through your lawn like 6 feet away. It's a totally valid fear. For a lot of people, that's a hard no. But what if we could just make that whole problem disappear? Okay, so before we jump into the super easy fix, let's just talk about why you're right to be concerned. I mean, growing blackberries the traditional way, right in the ground, can be a real battle. It can go from a fun garden project to a weekend chore real fast. And look, all these problems are kind of connected, right? You've got those roots just spreading everywhere. We're talking 3 to 6 feet away, and you're out there mowing them down constantly. And then there's the weeding. Blackberries love that rich mulched soil, but you know what else does? Tough stuff like Bermuda grass. It's a total nightmare to pull out. Oh, and let's not forget the gophers. Those little guys can just wipe out your entire patch from underground. It's no wonder a patch in the ground might only give you good berries for, 8 to 15 years before it's just a mess. But here is the good news. There is a simple, honestly, an elegant solution that just wipes every single one of those problems right off the board. And it makes growing blackberries a total joy again. The secret? It's all about the container. Yeah, look at this. It really makes it obvious, doesn't it? In a container, well, where are the roots gonna go? Nowhere. They're completely contained. Weeding? It's practically a non-issue. I mean, sure, a bird might drop a seed in there, but that back-breaking chore of fighting with grass? Gone. And the gophers? Nope, they can't get to your plants. It is literally a total game changer. And I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. This isn't about settling for less. Growing in containers isn't a compromise. I'd argue it's actually an upgrade. You get all the amazing, delicious homegrown berries with absolutely none of the headaches. Honestly, I think it's the best way to do it. Okay, so you're sold. How do you actually do it? Well, this next part is your playbook. We're gonna walk through how to get your container blackberries started off on the right foot right from the beginning. And really, it just comes down to these 3 things. Pick your pot, get the right soil, and plant your cane. Super simple. Let's dig into that first one, because the container you choose really does matter. So you're gonna want something pretty big, like 18 to 20 gallons. Wicking tubs are a great option. You can even make them yourself from old syrup tubs, and they'll last you a good 5 to 7 years. But if you want the buy it once, cry it once option, check out EarthBoxes. These things are tanks. Seriously, people have had them for over 20 years. It's the ultimate plant it and forget it setup. Now for the planting part, and it is super simple. 2 key rules. First, just 1 cane per pot. I know it's tempting to cram more in there, but trust me, that 1 cane will fill the whole container up with new growth all by itself. And second, just plant it at the same depth it was already growing in the little pot from the nursery. That's it, you're done. All right, so your plants are in their new homes. Now what? Well, there are 2 big things you gotta do to make sure you get a massive harvest every single year: trellising and pruning. Let's talk about building a little support system for them first. And you don't need to get all fancy here. A super simple trellis is all it takes. Just a couple of T-posts and some basic 17-gauge galvanized wire. You string one wire at about 18 inches high and another one at 34 inches. The bottom one gives the little baby canes something to lean on, and the top one is there to catch them as they shoot up, so they don't get whipped around and broken by the wind. Okay, now before we get into pruning, there's one word you need to know, and it makes everything else make sense. That word is primacane. It sounds fancy, but all it means is a blackberry cane in its first year of growth. That's it. And that's the cane we're going to be focused on. So this trick is called tipping, and it couldn't be easier. You just let that main cane, that primacane, grow until it's about 4 or 5 feet tall. Then you just go up to the very top and you pinch it or snip it off. That's the whole move. That one little snip tells the plant, hey, stop growing up and start growing out. And it'll start pushing out all these side branches, which are called laterals. And this is why we do it. This quote says it all. Those side branches, the laterals, are where the plant produces the vast majority of its fruit. So with one tiny little pinch, you are literally telling your plant, hey, make me way more berries. It's that direct and it's that important. Okay, so after that little bit of setup and care, we get to the really fun part, the harvest. And I'm telling you, what you can get out of container-grown blackberries is, well, it's just amazing. Can you believe this? We are talking about berries that can get gigantic, like nearly 2 inches long. The size and the quality you can get when the plant is happy in its container is just, it's unreal. And this sentiment is so true. You could talk to gardeners who have grown acres of these things in the ground, and even they'll tell you that the berries they get from a well-cared-for container plant are some of the best they've ever seen. The quality is just that good. And you know, at the end of the day, this is what it's all about, right? Bigger berries make bigger cobblers. It's a simple, happy truth. You don't need 100 berries to make a fantastic dessert when they're this huge. And hey, one last little pro tip for when you have way more berries than you can eat, to freeze them without getting one giant berry ice clump, just spread them out on a cookie sheet first. Pop that in the freezer for a few hours. Once they're frozen solid, you can just pour them into a freezer bag. They'll stay perfectly separate, just like the fancy ones you buy at the store. So after all that, seeing how easy and how rewarding it is to get these huge, incredible berries without any of the invasive nonsense, the only real question is, are you ready to go plant your own?